Well, hey everybody. Good to see a few people in here. I didn't know, kind of throwing this together and sort of last minute. So, Eonin, good to see you. Ground Fog, Robert. I'm in my 60s, happy thinking me thinking of me pops. He had been over 100. Wow. Yeah. I'm not old enough for that. Golly, I must have packed this thing wrong or something. I must have done something wrong. I don't like having to babysit these things. Anyways, so as you can see on as my presentation screen here, this is in town here in Brunswick, Georgia. They do annually a thing that they call Coast Fest. And it's a really cool event, and it was a fun thing to do for Saturday with the kids and drag the kids down here and all that fun stuff. Can y'all hear me okay? I want to make sure y'all can hear me okay. And I don't know if you can hear my dog Zorro snoring, but yeah, let me know if y'all can hear me and see me just fine. I don't see anybody moving in the chat and saying anything yet, but Zorro, hush, man. Dang. Jeez. Okay. I just pulled up YouTube so I can see I am active. Good. Sweet. All right. So, I don't know if y'all are listening or not. We need some more people. Where's Maddie? Where's Stevie? I messaged them. I messaged them on Instagram and said, "Hey, I'm going to be live." I know it's kind of was a little last minute, but let me hit him up again live now. It shows that he's active. No, he's not active. Stevie, are you active right now? Or I'm going to kick you out of the room if. Okay. Thank you, Robert, for letting me know that I'm good with audio and video. I'm going to kick you out. My dog Zorro's like right here next to me and on his bed. And he keeps snoring. As soon as he falls asleep, he snores. Now he's staring at me like, really? Why can't you just let me sleep? But anyway, so yeah, Coast Fest. Fun little event. Let's go to the. I took a whole bunch of pictures today as the kids floated around and I floated around. Here's the main tents in the center and a blow up whale. And so under these tents, they had a whole bunch of, not so much vendors. I mean, some of them were vendors. Most of them were nonprofit organizations promoting like awareness of save the turtles, save this. Maddie, I'll get to that. Give me a second. I'll get to that. So yeah, thank you for joining in, popping in, Maddie. Appreciate it. You're always the life of the party here as well. So yeah, this Coast Fest event that happened today in downtown Brunswick, Tybee Island, which is right here, just between Brunswick and Savannah, a little closer to Savannah. There's their Marine Science Center. They were there showing some stuff off. Okefenokee Swamp, this Georgia State Park, was there, and they were had a bunch of animals and stuff. So So yeah, they were showing baby alligators and snakes and turtles and all sorts of things. You'll see that here in a minute. Here's the one with the dolphins, the bottlenose dolphins. So this was a great event to bring awareness to all this stuff, to our marine life and our all of our critters around the area here in South Georgia. So yeah, and the kids had a lot of fun. There was spots that had some games and things that they could do and cool stuff. And learned about all the different types of fish. There's an alligator head right there. Anybody seen an alligator head? And yeah, so there's an alligator head. Yonin? Is Yonin in here? Is he? He was at least at the beginning. He put some smiley faces up. He hasn't said anything since. But all right, let's keep going. There's an alligator hand. So from the Adam Sandler movie, Chubbs got his hand taken. So somebody decided to take the alligator's hand, right? There's some more skulls. That's the one right there in the middle next to the smaller alligator head. That is from a turtle, snapping turtle, I think. And then there's the turtle shell behind that. And then there's snakeskin there going across the far side of the table. So it's, some cool stuff for the kids to look at. This was a mobile aquarium, like literally the size of a 18-wheeler truck. Yeah, so had a whole bunch of fish in there, whole bunch of cool fish. There's some shrimp, some Georgia shrimp. Not Bubba Gump, but Georgia shrimp. That right there in this photo is a horseshoe crab. Many of y'all have probably never seen one. It's actually a not so much a fish creature, but I believe part of the arachnid family. So somehow it's like your underwater armored spider. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a weird looking thing. They're pretty darn harmless. They do have that guy's holding the bayonet type stinger tail part up in the air. He's holding that so that he doesn't accidentally get stabbed by it. It's not like a stingray's tail. It doesn't put anything in you, and it. I mean, it's just gonna stab you and hurt like hell. But it's not gonna kill you. And there's little Urban right there, petting a stingray that has had its stinger removed, so no danger. Really cool. He had a lot of fun. Spent quite a bit of time at this hands-on tank here with some fish and other critters. Yeah, the horseshoe crabs are pretty cool. There's a nope rope, a snake. That's just your common, well, at least here it's a very common rat snake, non-venomous. So yeah, totally cool guy. Funny story. When I was growing up, I was probably about 5 or 6 years old, and my dad's was always a huge prankster, always telling jokes and pulling pranks and teasing us all the damn time. Wonder where I get it from. But anyways, woke up one Saturday morning. My mom had left. She was out running errands, shopping, doing whatever, and so it's just me and my dad. My younger brother hadn't been born yet, I don't think. So I must have been at least under 6 years old. But I walked into the driveway and I was going out to my dad's garage, or the second garage that he had built that was his workshop. So I was going out there to say hey to him, let him know I was up and I was going to eat breakfast, and figure out if I was needing to go with him anywhere or anything like that. Just try to ask what the plans were for the day, that kind of a thing. I mean, as much as a 5 to 6 year old would have done. And on my way out there in the driveway, there it was a nice sunny day, nice beautiful morning. And right there in the driveway was laying out one of these big black rat snakes, and he must have been probably a good solid 5 feet long or so. And I thought when I saw it, I swore that it was fake and my dad was playing a prank on me. So I went to walk right past it, just walked up to it and was going to walk right past it, right into the workshop and say, ha ha ha, you didn't get me, Dad. And sure enough, when I was about a couple of steps away from it, it freaking moved its head and its tongue shot out, and I was scared as hell. It totally startled me. My ass ran right back in the house, and I went right back up to my room. And it was like, I shouldn't have woken up when I did. So yeah, yeah, that was one heck of a morning that I was not expecting. Byron, what's up, man? How you doing? Hike with Mike. All right, so y'all are good with snakes. Y'all don't mind talking about snakes. I thought maybe y'all would, a few might be a little shy about that. But I planned on warning y'all before I went to this slide, but I guess you didn't need it. You didn't need it. Here's a table with furs from a whole bunch of local animals. And again, if you're just joining us, thank you for popping in. This was not a planned in advance live. Just today, I took the kids to an event downtown called Coast Fest here in Brunswick, Georgia. And there's like all the nonprofit organizations and natural resource, type organizations we're showing off a bunch of stuff, and it was very educational, as well as being a lot of fun for the kids, and so it's all good stuff that I'm sharing with you right now. Here's they had all the different types of shells and stuff like that. Education. There's Little Urban and my daughter Zoe. Doing one of the stations had all your different maritime flags, that you would use boating out in the ocean to send messages and signal and communicate with other vessels, other boats. So they were kind of having fun trying to write messages to each other using the different flags. Here is Scuba Steve's cousin. This is Scuba Billy Bob, I think. Or yeah, I think that's Scuba Billy Bob. Because Georgia, we're in the South here. We don't have any Steves down here. So yeah, this was really cool. It was neat to see that they hung this guy up here like this, and I agree. Yes, hike with Mike. Totally. That's kind of what tonight's theme is first about, is the fact that more people should do things like this with their kids and take their kids to this kind of stuff, and educate them, because they don't get this in school. School doesn't do this. The boards of education doesn't do this. But anyways, I'll digress back again. So they had the organization that this marine research team that does coral reefs. Their job is to create coral reefs right here off the coast of southern Georgia in the Atlantic, and they put M60 tank. They've done some Hummers, some Humvees, military Humvees, and a whole bunch of other things, metal things that they've taken out. About 30 to 150 miles off the coastline out to sea, and dropped them to create reefs, environments for your natural water wildlife. And this guy right here in the photo, that what's on the table there, is a sonar submarine robot thing that that they drag behind one of their research vessels, and it just takes a sonar picture of the floor of the ocean there, and that way they're able to monitor and check on these things that they've dropped out there to create these natural reef habitats for the local underwater environment. So that was kind of cool to see that thing, and it weighs like nothing. I got to hold it, and the thing probably weighed maybe about 3.5 to 4 pounds, like less than I would say just a little bit less than a gallon of milk, than your typical 1 gallon jug of milk. So yeah, that was kind of neat. The guy told us all about that and what they do and what kind of stuff they throw out there. Kind of neat that they throw a tank out there. I was really tempted to tell him how Boker uses the metal off of old tanks from world wars and planes from whatnot to make use as materials for their knives. But I refrained. I held my tongue. In this photo, this is a knots tying station for all your maritime knots that you'd use on the boats and sailing and that kind of stuff. So it's knot tying station. The Boy Scouts were actually there and helping out with that one, and I think another station, another activity thing, learning activity. So yeah, that was Coast Fest. Here, let's see. I want to. What do I want to do? I've not done this. Hold on. Cancel. Let's remove that guy. And let's add. I want to add something. Oh, no. Hold up. Video file. Here we go. Y'all watch this. Adjust. And then
now is the time to cover your ears.
Oh. It was pretty loud. You want to watch that again? You want me to replay that again? I'll replay it one more time for you.
Now is the time to cover your ears.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was great. Yeah. So there was reenactment guys for the Revolutionary War as well as the Civil War, and so they were there and they were doing that. Hey, my wife's in the chat. she meant to say she's on her phone. She's supposed to be coming home from work. She meant to say tongue. Yeah, she said she was surprised I held my tongue about the knife thing with Boker. But yeah, so yeah, there were some reenactment guys, and they had a couple of cannons there that they were shooting off every 15 to 20 minutes. So yeah, but so yeah, that was fun. That was cool. They had archery there. They had a BB pellet gun shooting. They had rock climbing. They had a bunch of coloring stuff. They had all kinds of, and there was a playground there. So, oh, look, I'm busted. Y'all check that out. She's wondering why I'm smoking in the house. It's a pipe. It's barely any smoke from this thing. Hey, Beef for Baron. Yeah, so here I'll show you. We did. We'll catch you later, Byron. Thanks for popping in. So they gave a whole bunch of free goodies. They had some pens. They had, pens and notepads, of course, and they had stickers. Got some cool, Georgia wildlife stickers. Got those. Freaking notepad. Always good for making quick last-minute grocery lists. Here's the protect the dolphins. Although dolphins are smart enough not to shove straws up their noses. These guys, Georgia Ports, they put together in these little Ziploc baggies, little miniature first aid kits. So yeah, that's cool. I didn't even bother to look all what's in here besides Band-Aids and cleansing towelettes. I think that's all they put in there. Yeah, more Band-Aids. Couple different sizes of Band-Aids. And a healthy guidelines in case of accident or emergency, breathing problems, bleeding wounds. So just a little information, first aid information card on different ways to handle different things. Not too terrible way to get a miniature first aid kit started. Totally free. Can't complain about freebies, right? That would be kind of morally improper of me. So yeah, nice. We ended up gathering up 3 of them. Here's the United States Department of Agriculture was there. So got a couple of these pins. Nice little pins. I don't even know. I wonder what color ink they write. Are they black or are they? Oh, they got the little rubbery tip things on the end to keep the ink from drying. They're black. They're black. Black ink. Good deal. So yeah, it was fun. It was hot. It was like 86 degrees outside, and we had lunch at a restaurant right there downtown. Just had some burgers. Ate some burgers. So that was pretty good. Not too bad. Made a full day out of it. We had a good time. Had a good time. Got my wine. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I'm still looking for where the heck that Harry Potter wand that I made went to. I cannot find it. Yeah, my wife likes it when we collect new pens. She's always needing pens for work and for at home. But yeah, let's see. What did I carry today? Today I carried the petrified fish, whatever the hell this one's called. I'm drawing a blank, and I'm too tired from how much walking around we did in the sun. Maddie has this guy. He could probably tell you off the bat what the name of this one is. Beautiful hollow grind, Warren Cliffy barber's knife shaped blade. Did a really good job. Petrified Fish usually does a really good job on their knives. I like the dark color of the titanium clip and backspacer there, and the pivot screw. I love that dark titanium finish. Yeah, really nice knife, and damn is it sharp. What's the blade steel? I think it's 154. Yeah, it's 154 cm. Item number is a PFE04. It's a liner lock, and they got G10 and I think they've got titanium scaled one. I'm not sure. I just like the size and the blade shape and the beautiful hollow grind to it, and it's just a really good price for the knife. And it's got a crown spine too, with plenty of jimping. The downside of this guy, yeah, the Scholar. Thank you, Josh. There we go. See, Josh to the rescue. Appreciate it, man. It's just a front flipper. It's got a good enough of a hollow grind that I can do the reverse flick without much trouble or struggle. 90% of the time. Of course, not when you're on camera, right? But I almost wish that they would have done a thumb stud there. It would have been nice to do a thumb stud, and I think there's enough space right there before the grind that you could have put a functional thumb stud right there. I don't know. I've been tempted to add one, but just haven't bothered, haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, really cool knife. That's what I carried today. I gave my Harsey a break. I gave my relative a break. And a couple others that I've been kind of just diehard carrying. If you didn't see my last video, I just did the wife's home. So I'm gonna get an earful later about the smoke, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So I did a video on the pyrite. That was kind of fun with the treasure box and making fun of the fact that the name pyrite is also called fool's gold. But then I have not put a video out on it yet. But I got one of these bad boys. Cool arson. Yes. Yeah, this guy, the accelerator. This is a big knife. Here, I'll show size comparison. Spartan Harsey, 4-inch blade. Look at that size comparison. It's not a little knife. It's a hunker. It's a beefy knife. A lot of blade. Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, you had to. Yeah, and it's their AR RPM 9 steel, which is great steel. They really did a good job with that steel. And it's a fantastic price. The ergos on it. Oh my God. The ergos. And I was thinking at first, just looking at it, like how the handle just really shrinks down towards the back end of it. And I'm like, and with that big old, finger placement. I'm like, people are not gonna like that. Some people really don't like a finger grooved handle. But I mean, just like when you're back on it and you can like really go to town, you could use this fucker as a chopper. Excuse my French. But yeah, and with that hawkbill top and it's swedged, yeah, just this is a really neat knife, and it screams do something with me, right? That's what she said. Yeah, so really cool knife, especially for the price. What was he? He was under $100. Yeah, awesome knife. I've not cut much with him yet, but this is my baby. This is my beauty. I love. Let me flip right side up. This is my most expensive knife in my collection right now, and yeah, took a good bit of waiting and a little bit of saving. Oh, I love this knife. We are, if you have not been in the chat box for Blade Show Atlanta, yeah, we were talking about somebody threw up that we were 41 days. It's 40 days now from Blade Show, and I said I probably should make, and it wouldn't take much effort to cut out on the bandsaw a knife out of wood, just a little fixed blade out of a block of wood, and then put the number cubes on the top of the handle part. Your countdown cubes that you would use for Christmas or Easter or whatever that you or Halloween that you sit the thing up on your mantle and do the daily countdown and physically go and change the number. So yeah, it would be kind of fun to make one that looks like a fixed blade and do the little countdown to Blade Show with it. So maybe I'll do that. One of these days that I'm not working and have things to do that I don't want to do. But yeah. If anybody grab anything off of the Olight sale, Olight's 16th birthday anniversary, and so this was one of the freebies to previous purchasers. This is one of their little guys, and they did the etching in it with the Olight and this I-16, and it gives you nice bright light, and then recharges via USB-C. Huh? Is there any more wine? There's more wine in the fridge. Yep, you can get yourself a glass. Yeah, I will. I didn't take all of it. Mm-hmm. But oh yeah, sure. What part of Canada are you from? I've been to Canada, not recently, but I've been to Canada quite a bit in my younger days. My parents like to go up to Nova Scotia, British Columbia. I've been over to Vancouver, which is up above Washington State. Yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time in Canada. Back in the day, like getting camping gear and backpacking gear up in Canada was just so much cheaper, and there was a lot more of it than what I could find down here in the States, down in the Southeast, at least. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Ontario. Yep, I've been in Ontario. Sweet. Is it still cold up there? Or is it you starting to warm up? Brasher and Brand New American are in here. Great. How y'all doing, fellas? I was showing at the beginning. Y'all missed it, so you're going to have to go back and watch. But I took the kids, the wife was working today, and I took the kids downtown to an event that they do here in South Coastal Brunswick, Georgia, called Coast Fest, and where all your nonprofits and your nature environmental groups show off stuff and teach and educate and provide some fun things, activities, and whatnot for kids, and us, even some adults, get to learn some things. And they had reenactment guys that had a couple of cannons, and so I showed a video clip of the cannons and about 20 to 25 photos that I took of going around there. So feel free to later on look back at that. What else is there to talk about? That took up the bigger part of my day today. I've been, no, I'm not doing no giveaway tonight. I don't have anything to give away at the moment quite yet. I do have a couple of things saved for when I hit 1,000 subscribers, which hopefully will happen sometime this summer, maybe. No hurry, but when the channel does. I just posted a video about motorcycle camping gear and the mindset that people, because I watched over the last 6 to 8 weeks, I have watched probably 60 to 70 some videos, YouTube videos from so many other people who have put out what they've learned or what they've picked up, what they recommend on camping gear or for attaching to your motorcycle to go moto camping. And I've never been moto camping, and it's just in every one of these videos, like 90% of them, there's a couple, there are a few that seem to have the same mindset or close to the mindset that I have going into it, and realizing the fact that you're putting all this gear, all this stuff, you're having to attach it to your motorcycle in some way, shape, or fashion. So that whatever setup you do, you have to get everything on there and go down the highway with it, at 70, 75 miles an hour on some of your highways and have it anchored down. So my mindset was to treat it just like I'm going backpacking. Yeah, again, try to be as minimalistic as I can, even though my destinations might not be remote backpacking type destinations. In fact, when I go to Blade Show in Atlanta, I'm staying at a state park in a regular campground site. So, a place that you could bring half the house with you, right? But I can't because I'm on the motorcycle. So the same idea, the same concept of minimalistic, small items, compact and lightweight. And the weight does and doesn't matter, as far as the fact that, most motorcycles, typically your touring motorcycles and your larger cruisers, which is typically what you would use, what the type of bike that you would do cross-country trips and long-distance trips and do motorcycle camping with. Not normally a sport bike, right? But yeah, so in my bike, my motorcycle is not a big motorcycle. I can't put large saddlebags on the back of it, or pannier bags, or hard bags. Mine have to be on the smaller side just because the size of the bike. Got that bike mostly for commuting around town and zipping here and there and having a little bit of fun and making maybe some short, long distance trips. But I did not intend to use it for motorcycle camping many, many, many times throughout the year. So it's going to be fun. It adds a different aspect to the idea of camping. And even though I'm going to a campground, a standard state park campground, I'm having to pack as if with all my backpacking gear, essentially, with a few extras. Um, and I've kind of figured out my setup, what's going to work for me and work for my bike. And so that's what that video is about, is approaching it with the right mindset. Whereas a lot of other moto camper YouTubers have thrown their stuff out there and they're bringing, a lot of them were bringing full size 3-4 person tents for just themselves, just basic full blown camping tents, not even close to backpacking tents, not even close to being lightweight or compact. And I mean, they were just strapping stuff, one thing after another, and bringing all these things. And like, that's stuff that you would want when you're doing normal camping. And it's super easy to throw that in the trunk of an SUV, or Crown Victoria or whatever, or pickup truck. But trying to get all that stuff on a motorcycle and doing it in a way that doesn't, have a fairly big effect in the way the bike rides and how comfortable you are with all that stuff attached right there behind you on the bike. It's yeah, I just like, video after video, I was just like, what are they doing? What are they doing? And some of them, after I watched, 3 or 4 of their videos, going from their older videos to their newest videos, they're slowly learning a little bit here and there. But it's just like, if they had only taken the backpackers mindset, the minimalistic, lightweight and compact, they would have been like, it would have just like skyrocketed them and fast forward to, learning how to do this the right way, learning how to motorcycle camp the right way. So hopefully, maybe some people doing it for their first time will come across my video, along with any others, and be like, maybe he's got the right idea. hopefully, and that's why I did the videos, because I want that mindset, that perspective to be out there for people to consider, to put in consideration and think about. So, because I've done a crap ton of backpacking, I've done a crap ton of regular camping, I've done a little bit of glamping, and so, yeah, from all that I've learned and experienced, I think that that's the right way to go with motorcycle camping. Again, I'm bringing the little small table, and I'm bringing some kind of a chair, a very compact chair. We will have electricity in the campsite there in Atlanta, so I'm bringing a small extension cord. So there are some things that I don't need to bring, but because I've taken that minimalistic and compact mindset with everything else, I have room to bring these few things. I have space, and because all my other gear, my main gear, is so lightweight, adding these few extra ones is not. I mean, like, as I said at the end of my video when I showed how I have it on the back of the motorcycle, every bit of it weighs less than 50 pounds, easily less than 50 pounds. That's like having a kid for a passenger, when you're going 2 up on the motorcycle. So, piece of cake. Not going to affect my ride. Not going to affect, traveling down the the Route 66 highway routes that I'm taking up there. And Beard of Doom is gonna join me. So yay, we get to ride together and not just be riding to a meetup point, having lunch, sharing a story or two and checking out each other's, latest and greatest gear, and then parting ways because we got to get back home to get kids from school. He's got to get his daughter to piano lessons, and I've got to get my kids to baseball and t-ball games and whatnot. So yeah, so we'll actually get to this time. He's going to drive up to my place. I'll try to get him to stop for a minute and drink a cup of coffee and stretch his legs before we then head up to Atlanta. Because he's like a little over 3 hours from me. And then from my house, it's about 5.5 hours up to Atlanta. So that's going to be a really freaking long day for him. And it's going to be a little bit of a long day for me. Yeah. He's not spending the night Thursday night because he's getting back from a family vacation late Wednesday night, so he's not going to get to his home until late Wednesday night. And so yeah, he's just going to have to get up crazy early in the morning to ride up to me. And so I'm going to be trying not to get him to cruise and not race up to Atlanta, because yeah, that's a lot of riding for him. It's a lot of riding for me, but way more for him. Thank you, brand new. If you hadn't seen it, let me I don't want a video file. I don't want to share screen. Hold on. Can I add? I'm still getting used to add an item. No, I don't want to do that. How the heck do I just throw up a photo? I guess I can via video file and throw up. Hold on, give me a second. Let me mute you guys. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
You ready to lay down, bud?
There. So there's my bike. Blink twice if I'm in danger. No, I'm good. Just having to figure out StreamYard for a minute there, how I wanted to do that. But yeah, so there's the bike. There's my Honda Rebel 1100. It's kind of a cross between what people nowadays refer to as a naked bike and a cruiser. So it's kind of just like a modern, sporty looking cruiser. it's a fun bike. It's got an 1100, so it's like a 1084 86 cc engine. Yeah, I had to no the my Maddie, my son, my little Urban came in and Zorro, shush, quit snoring so loud. Dog's right down here snoring like crazy, and the wife's at the sink in the bathroom, so I had a little bit of noise, and yeah, I needed to think. I needed to think a little harder. Been a long day. But yeah, so and I'm getting old. Supposedly I'm getting old. Wife keeps yanking out all the gray hairs out of the beard. But I don't know what's the ATV wristwatch. I don't know that what's going down there. All right, let me kill that. There we go. So yeah, I love the bike. I really love the bike. I love riding the bike. I love looking at the bike. A little obsessed with the bike.
Yeah.
I went down that rabbit hole, okay? My bad. I'm sorry. But the kids love the bike. They love getting little rides around the neighborhood and, zipping here and there close by, not too far from the house. Little Urban picked this up from school. It's an eraser with the motorcycle on it. So he absolutely wants to get a motorcycle when he's older. Always grinning from ear to ear. Whenever he gets to ride on the back of it, I have him just in the neighborhood. So I don't go too terribly fast with him on it, and it's just in the neighborhood. He throws his bicycle helmet on and makes sure he hangs on tight. He does a good job. He likes it. The wife likes it. She likes riding on the bike too. She's at the point now, she's tired of being a passenger. She wants to learn how to ride it. She wants to drive. Why do bikes scare you, man? Maddie, why do bikes scare you? Why would they scare you? See? He's been riding since he was 10. My cousins had dirt bikes that we rode every time I went over to their house. I was on the dirt bike or on one of the four-wheelers. And so that's why I learned how to shift and everything. Maddie needs a Grom. Oh, Doom has a Honda Monkey. Maddie would love that thing. Yeah, he would love the Monkey. I kind of want a Monkey. Doom has so much fun on his Monkey. He loves that little bike. Yes, agreed, Maddie. No fault to the rider. It's the other vehicles on the road. It's not easy looking out for motorcycles if you're not thinking about motorcycles on the road. They're much smaller. They typically are moving a little faster. A lot of people don't understand, and I've had people at work say this to me, like there you go, right on a track. Obviously my motorcycle is not a track motorcycle. Although I've seen people take them to the track just to see what they can do, and they hold their own pretty darn well. Kind of something about Honda making the Rebels a 500-pound bike versus Harley Sportster being like a 900-pound bike. Like they're almost the same size engines. They're practically the same size bike, but yet somehow Honda's able to do the same thing 300 pounds less, 250 to 300 pounds less. So what's up with that, right? Harleys in general are heavier bikes, just built as heavier bikes. And everybody else, well, Indians are not the lightest either. But yeah, it is what it is. So people at work don't seem to. A lot of people, if you're a motorcyclist, then you understand this. When I leave work and I pull out onto the main road, get out of the parking lot, or get out of the neighborhood, and I'm out on the roads, I'm looking for holes, big holes that I can sneak and zip up into quickly and hang out in that large hole where I've got a bunch of space between me and everybody else. For two reasons. One, that's safer for me, and the fact that I've found an area that I can safely ride, much saferly ride in. Saferly, is that a word? Saferly? Probably not. More safely ride in an area where I have cushion areas front and back, and maybe even side to side. But also, so I'll quickly zip up into one of those holes and then go back down to the speed of the flow of traffic around me, and enjoy being in kind of a safer, cushiony zone where there's a lot more space and I can see much easier what everybody else is doing. A lot of pretty much almost all of your non-motorcycle minded people, everybody in cars and trucks and whatnot, they watch many of us do this, and they automatically think that we're being reckless, that we're dangerous, that we shouldn't be riding bikes, that we shouldn't be on the road. But they don't understand what we're doing. Like, although at the same time, there are the ones that give us the bad name, the bad rap, and that's not what they're doing. They're just constantly zipping from hole to hole to hole to hole, and just racing down the roads. I like to just find those holes and stay in those holes, because it's safer for me, and it's also safer for everybody else, because if they see just the one motorcycle in that big hole as they want to maneuver wherever they want to go at the speeds that they want to go, I'm just a little bit more likely to be seen when I'm a little more out in the open like that. So it's safer for me, and for many other drivers on the road, it's safer for them too, because I'm a little bit more visible. But you kind of just quickly get used to being invisible on the roads to everybody else. So it's got its trade-offs to that. Again, it is what it is, right? But I think I'm gonna wrap it up because it's getting late for me. Little Urban literally just came in here while I was trying to figure out how to put up the photo of my bike, and he was like, "I'm tired. I'm going to sleep," and he's already passed out. And the wife wants to go to bed, and dog's already on the floor snoring. So thank you for stopping by, checking it out. If you came in towards the end, please go back and at least enjoy watching those cannons being shot, because I put video of the cannons being shot, and then took a whole bunch of pictures of all the cool stuff that me and the kids went and saw today and did at that event going on. And I won't be live tomorrow morning. It's not the second Sunday of the month. So I just wanted to pop on tonight and share this stuff with everybody and talk about a few things. So y'all have a great rest of your weekend. I will be in the chats for Tri-State tomorrow morning, and Catch y'all later. Have a good one.